Hey guys, Xavier 1975 shouting out to you from Kentucky this morning. So I'm pretty aggravated. I went out the other day on one of my favorite rides, favorite runs, recorded all this footage. I mean, it was like 3 hours worth of footage, you know, to try to condense, to share with you guys. And the video was shit. I mean, it was shit. It was unusable. It was just going to be video, no commentary. I was actually using my half helmet mount. Kind of in a hurry to get the day started, and then I got it mounted and didn't check the angle. And it's almost nothing but sky. So it's garbage. You can see a little bit of the road out ahead of me. You know, you can't see what's right immediately in front of me, but like 50 feet out you can see the road, and then you see skyline. But it was really annoying for even me to watch, so I wasn't about to try to share that with you guys. I mean, there was bits and pieces of it that you could have maybe salvaged, but it's junk, so I deleted most of it. Not going to use it. I actually had intended to get up early this morning and redo the ride before work, but unfortunately I couldn't drag my sorry ass out of bed early enough to get out and run the ride. I really hadn't even intended to ride my bike to work today. I've been on it pretty much every day this week, and in addition to a couple extra long trips that I've made this week. And probably definitely going to go out for a ride Saturday at one point or another. But like I said, generally when my wife rides with me, I don't wear the full face, and so I won't be doing any commentary. I may wear my half helmet so that her and I can still talk and you know, maybe still just get some video up in and of itself. But anyway, as soon as I get around to it here, I'll be trying to redo that ride. But it's a shame, because that was, you know, a really beautiful day that day, and the footage I think would have been really good if it had been at the right angle. So, oh well, no biggie. Into town today. I'm out running some errands. It's Mother's Day coming up. I'm getting started on trying to get a few things together for my wife, and we'll probably be later trying to do put some good stuff together for my mom, of course. It is another beautiful day here today. And I got to thinking about, you know, I'd mentioned some of the reasons why I started motovlogging. I was getting into it really late. I mean, some of these guys, they've been out there doing this for years, and well, like I said, I thought about recording some of my rides. I'd never thought about adding commentary to it, but you know, life is short no matter how you look at it, and you know, you never know when your day is going to come. But you know, I don't know how long this channel will last, how long YouTube will leave it up. But you know, I was thinking the other day that my grandkids could be watching these videos someday. I don't really store most of this stuff. I don't really store a hard copy on my computer. I have a few rides that I've saved, and actually I think I have saved so far the final footage of the MotoVlog, because it's a lot shorter, you know. But most of like a 2 or 3 hour ride, I'll condense down and share part of that with you, and save like the original cut of the MotoVlog, which is, you know, like anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. But you know, anyway, yeah, I was thinking my family down the road someday, grandkids and their grandkids may be looking back and saying, well, there's my, you know, great-great-grandfather riding his motorcycle. And, you know, it's kind of like my father. He was a biker. He got me into biking. Almost every time he upgraded his motorcycle, he liked to switch around a lot. He liked to try new things. And there's nothing wrong with that, but almost every time he ever, you know, changed motorcycles, I would buy his old motorcycle, of course, at a, you know, a trade-in value, which is generally shit, you know, instead of him trying to sell it, because he couldn't stand to try to sell things. You know, he'd have 30,000 people show up at his house to look at it, and nobody would buy it, and then you know, he'd get frustrated. But you know, so instead of trading it in and giving it to, you know, the dealership at trade-in cost, he would sell it to me at trade-in cost, and I would get, of course, a great deal and a better motorcycle than whatever I had at that point in time. And almost every motorcycle I've owned in my life, other than this one, you know, it was a hand-me-down from him. And you know, me and my father, we had a very strained relationship. We didn't get along so well. We didn't see eye to eye on very many things. And then there was times we just downright couldn't stand each other. And there was a lot of those times. And there was times, you know, spans that we never even spoke to each other. Ultimately, I loved him. You know, he's my father. Plenty of times I wanted to kill him myself, as I'm sure he did me. But he wasn't the kind of guy that liked even having his picture taken. Couldn't stand having a camera pointed at him, so we don't even have a whole lot of photos. I mean, occasionally you would get a photo in there of him when he wasn't paying attention, but most of the time he'd, you know, put his hand up in front of his face or whatnot, and he sure wouldn't have been too big on video. But, you know, I thought, well, that would have been, you know, great, you know, because my kids, they're, you know, I only have one son. That's truly my birthright child. I have two girls that I claim from a previous relationship as mine. But, you know, and while they, you know, may have cared about my father, they weren't, per se, his grandkids, but, you know, so their kids, you know, they have another grandfather, grandmother, but, you know, my son doesn't have any kids yet, and their grandkids will never know their grandfather. They will never know his personality. They may see a few photos. Very seriously doubt there's any video footage of him out there. And, you know, that's kind of sad that, you know, they'll never know him. You know, my father was like most people. He was a good guy, he was a bad guy, he was an asshole, he was a great person, he was all those things. And they will never know him. And granted, he's the kind of guy that, you know, if he'd have seen me doing this today, he would have thought that that's probably ridiculous. He would have told me, that camera mounted on your helmet looks like shit, I can't believe you're doing that, you know, blah blah blah. He was very opinionated about a lot of things. But I am very accepting of my inner nerd. So, you know, I don't give a shit. I like recording my rides. I like going back a week later, a month later, a year later, you know, a year later, and looking at the footage again, which, you know, I only have some footage that was from a year ago, and those were videos where I weren't using a mic, of course, but, you know, I still go back and watch those videos. How nice would it have been for my grandkids to have, you know, be able to look back and not necessarily to see motovlogging, but just any video, and maybe try to get some sense of, you know, maybe be able to get some sense of who their grandfather was. So, I don't know, again, how often I'll be making these videos, but I do plan on trying to continue it and leaving a record of myself out there for at least maybe a generation or two that, should they have any interest, could come back and say, hey, look, that's, you know, that's great-grandfather, and that's his voice, and that's him talking, and this is what he thought about things, and, you know, so it's pretty cool when you think about it like that. And, you know, like I said, I'm a little bit older than most of the motovloggers out there. I'm getting ready to turn the big 4-0. I still feel 20, you know, in spirit, but, you know, the body's getting older. I absolutely hate it when two people get side by side on a 2-lane road and just pace each other. Oh, that's not good. Not good. Speed limit's 55. Let's see who's watching the other lane. Probably a good thing. Well, I wasn't going that fast. Why are you braking? Get off your fucking phone. You're braking 3 miles away from the red light. So, yeah, I veered off topic there after I seen that cop, but yeah, it's only going about, let's see, speed limit's 55, I was probably going about 10 over. Would have been a toss-up if he'd even. Okay, maybe 15. Purely accidental. Either my glasses or my visor's fogging up. But, yeah, I'll probably be cutting this one out. I'm here in the city, going to go over here, like I said, and get some, pick up a gift card for my wife. She likes to get her nails done and get her pretties done, look good for a man. What can I say to that? I'm all for that. I have no problem with my woman fancying herself up for me. I don't support it near as often as I should, but generally she don't need me to, but you know, nothing wrong with picking up a gift card or something for your woman, letting her go get her hair done, her nails done. You know, if you already got the card, it's already paid for. She don't have to worry about it coming out of her check and worry about whether or not she can afford it. It's already paid for. There you go. So you guys have a good one. I'll be signing off.